Hey, what's going on? Going to install the garage door opener for the Indian Challenger, and it supposedly goes right in here. So you got to pull this fairing off, and supposedly it goes right in a little area right in here. So let's get it going. Alright, so I have the fairing off. I had to use a plastic pry bar, kind of like the ones that you would use on electronic devices to take like iPhone screens off, Android screens off, stuff like that. There's two clips. There's a clip here and there's a clip on the right. But what you have to undo first is you have to get this Velcro undone. So if you take that plastic pry bar and just lift right here at the front, then it gives you some leverage. And if you pull straight up with the housing, so here's the whole housing here. There's two little lips in the back here, so you have to you lift it straight up and out, and then the two clips on the sides there. But it feels like that you're pulling too hard on it. You're not. Put a little muscle into it and you should be good to go. So next, you're supposed to pull this little piece of rubber out here. This is kind of a rubber deal. You pull that out, but if you pull it out gently enough, the cable that you're going to hook the home link into, I'll grab it real quick, is going to plug into the back of that, and then you're going to install it like this inside of here. But if you hold on to this rubber piece right here as you're pulling it out, the cable is connected to it, and it also has a dust cover on it, so don't forget to pull the dust cover off before you plug it into your home link. Alright, so I've pulled the rubber piece out. I'm going to go ahead and keep it connected while I get everything ready, so that way the cable doesn't fall back inside of there. But as you can see, it is connected to the back of that piece of rubber here, and it just makes it easier. I mean, you don't have to, but it makes it easier because so that way you don't have to dink around with trying to hold onto the cable and whatnot to get it back out, because you're going to try and plug it in outside of the bike before you slide it in and snap it into place. Alright, so I pulled the cable off. It did have this dust cover that was installed on it, and one end goes onto the end of the rubber piece, and then the other end is attached to the actual connector itself. So just make sure you remove that before you try and plug it in. Alright, so I've got the cable installed, and then you just want to orientate it which direction that you want. If you want the 1 or 2 button on top, I guess I'll just keep it systematic here and just keep the 1 on top, 2 on bottom. And then you're just going to take it and you're going to just slide it into place here. And it should just snap into place. Okay, maybe not too much of a snap, but it does feel secure in there. It doesn't feel like it's going to come out. But don't go putting things together yet. You don't want to put the dust cover on, or the dash cover back on the fairing, because now you got to program it. So depending on your garage door system, it's going to vary from place to place, or I should say model to model. My model is going to require me to hit a programming button on my garage door opener, the actual motor itself, and then come over here, and I'm probably going to have to hold in the button on here while it learns it. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so everything's installed. It did take me a minute. Well, it took me about 15 minutes to figure it out. Apparently my garage door is a rolling code. So when you read the directions for our rolling code, well, just don't skip to the rolling code section. Actually start over here at step 1. I mean, come on now. They don't put steps on things for anything. Anyways, go through the program a brand new home link. I did find out if you do goof up and it's not acting right, start over. And to start over, erase the buttons, and all you have to do is hold the two home link buttons in for 10 seconds until they flash fast, and then start over again. So what I had to do was I had to go through and do exactly what it says. Take the garage door remote 1 to 3 inches away from home link buttons, simultaneously press and hold the desired button that I wanted. So I programmed button number 1, and don't release until it changes to solid or rapidly flashing. Mine ended up rapidly flashing. Once I did that and it went away, then you go to step 3 and it says press and hold the program button to observe the light indicator. If it's continuous, then you're done. If it's not, then you have a rolling code on your garage door and you have to set that up. So then you go to step 4 where it says rolling code. So then you have to go to your garage door, the actual motor. Walk over here. Ignore all the bugs in mine. But up here in mine, I have a Genie, and up in here there is a learn button. You hit that learn button, and then you come back over to the bike, and you hit the button, the one that you just programmed with the other thing. You have to do that 3 times. Actually, it took me 5 times to finally get it. So you hit the button, it flashes real fast, and it goes off. You go back, you hit the learn button again, it flashes, it goes off, hit the learn button again. So I'm doing that right here in my garage. So obviously you don't want the garage door opening and closing multiple times. So I ended up blocking the garage door obstruction sensor, so that way I could sit here and do it in my garage. But yeah, once you have it all programmed, don't forget on your ride command screen to put your widget over, so that way you can do it all from the screen, because you're about to cover those hard buttons up with the top I don't even know what the official name would be. I'd call it your cluster cover or something like that, your gauge cluster cover. So you're never going to see those buttons ever again. So if you ever have to program it again, you have to pop the top. Don't forget too, if you ever get rid of the bike, to make sure you erase the memory on the garage door. All right, and that's it. That's all there is to it.